Okay, so on the flip side, the narcissistic ex-husband. Same idea. The narcissistic, as I made the other video, see my other video on narcissistic ex-wives, narcissistic wives. Narcissistic ex-husbands be the same way. Only thinking for themselves, not afraid to use their children as a weapon to hurt the other parent. A lot of times in the case, I know of one narcissist that would totally was going behind his wife's back and actually taking money out of her bank account. I mean, they had a joint account, but he would take that money out of the joint account and reallocate it to another account only in his name so that he could use that money to buy gifts for strangers, okay? That way he could get his source of narcissistic supply. And, of course, when the divorce falls through, again, just like the narcissistic ex-wife, poor pitiful me, it's never my fault, I'm not responsible for my own actions, and yet all of this money's been stolen. And then he would go, and the person that he divorced, he would project onto the wife what he was doing. For example, he was cheating on her. He was cheating on her during the marriage and going out and never coming home at night. But then he would go back to work and spread rumors that she had run off with another man to Florida and all of this garbage. And then he would believe to himself those lies about her and then would demonize her. And when she was trying to work things out, what's wrong before the marriage, everything's like nothing. He'd brag about it being cruel, saying things like, I'm not even drunk when I'm saying this, because he had extreme drinking problems. Because those of you who know narcissists usually have substance abuse problems, right? That's just no-brainer on that one. I'm not sure if they all do, but that's a very, very common thing. Or they have some sort of abuse. They're addicted to something. They're addicted usually to alcohol or drugs or even sex. Major sex addiction. Yes, there is a point where people can be so addicted to sex that it's completely dysfunctional. I mean, they're dysfunctional because they can't put anything in balance. So narcissists are impulsive, they're spontaneous, they're erratic, they don't figure out the logical, logical fallout of their actions. And so, just like the narcissistic ex-wife, the narcissistic ex-husband is abusive, will steal money, maybe in a different way, or in extreme cases, and I mean extreme cases, take out an insurance policy on the, and women do this too, take out an insurance policy on the spouse and then kill the spouse and make it look like somebody broke into the home and then deny totally and then collect the money to go me, and then go buy gifts for other people. That does happen. That does happen. And remember, they're never responsible for their actions. So the same way the narcissistic ex-wife in my other video can be manipulative with the courts using the children, the narcissistic ex-husband can do the very same thing. The same way that the wife is trying to steal and extort, the husband's trying to steal and extort. And in the case that I'm thinking of, he was stealing and extorting not because they care about money in and of itself, but that money is a way to buy gifts for other people to buy attention, because ultimately their God is attention and praise and fix. It's like their need to be God is what it is essentially. Throw out free gold everywhere, but and then leave some poor hurting soul high and dry. So the wife does it, the husband does it. It's an equal footing. I spent more time on the narcissistic ex-wife because I'm thinking of a particular situation where I'm seeing these exact traits fall through. But with the narcissistic ex-husband, I can also see another situation where the bank account was robbed, where there was cheating going on, where there was manipulation in court, where there was slander on the actual target, and projecting and gaslighting and just little cruel things. There was more than once that the wife thought that the husband might have tried to do her in, end her life, and was feeling pretty afraid about it. But remember, they're raging within, and somebody's got to pay for their own unhappiness. So the narcissistic ex-husband, that's the video. That's about all I have to say on that. I wish I had a little bit more time as I did on the narcissistic ex-wife. It's just, I think I've kind of covered all the bases that I can think of at the time. So that's not, I know I give like 8 minutes to the narcissistic ex-wife and only 4 to the narcissistic ex-husband, but the ideas are exactly the same. The gender is irrelevant. They're all going to have the same gaslighting and, blame shifting and projection and I didn't do it and dishonest acts and cruel little things, but it's one and the same thing.